Welcome if you're new, and welcome back if you are true. My name is Opal May, and this is what we're doing today. Hey, girl, hey. And guys, too, because I know guys watch me as well. Anyway, we're going to make us a good old Sunday dinner. Um, yeah, like a healthy, you could really call it, it's just a simply good Sunday dinner. Let's just say that. So this is a protein-packed, fibrous, anti-inflammatory bean soup, and I'm gonna tell you guys everything we're going to be having in it. And I need to get my ear. Um, Hold on one second. One second. Let me plug in my. Hello, Pedro. Happy Sunday. It's on. Okay, that should help. Yeah. Happy Sunday to you as well, Pedro. All right. So let's see. Let's turn on our eye. Start getting our eye hot for our sauteed veggies. All right. So we're going to put us some olive oil. Not too much. Olive oil is better for you. Let's just say that. But, too much oil can always not be so good. So, all right. So, it's got some olive oil. Let's turn this down. All right. Because we are going to be making beans. And I also want to say the beans that I'm using, I did a video. Let me grab those. Let me see. Hold on one second. It's our anniversary. Yeah. Let's talk about this right quick. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining. Thank you for coming on. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday Fun Day. What are you guys doing today? Okay, so this is the beans that we are. Greetings, Miss Carolyn. Oh, snap. Um, these are the beans we are using. So we're using garbanzos. Okay. We are using I think these are, white beans, white beans. And then we have the 16 bean soup. So there's three different kinds. There's tons of beans in here, all kind of different ones, all right? And then we just used like half of each. You can use any beans you want for this recipe. Any beans you want, doesn't matter, okay? Just make it fun. Beans have lots and lots of protein, and they're also fibrous, right? Exactly. Okay, my day is good. How is yours going, Canadian? Is that Canadian goalkeeping? My day is going good. Okay, so those are the beans that we will be using. If you all want to know how I prepared my beans before I started cooking, or before I came on live, there is a video that is before this, and it tells you all how I degas the beans. I guess, I guess more that's what it is to get the, so I soak them overnight, baking soda. It gets the oleosaccharides out, which helps to degas them. And then also it helps your beans to cook faster, okay? So we already have our beans that have already started cooking. I think I've had the beans on probably about 45 minutes, I would have to say, somewhere in that ballpark, all right? So what I did is I put some vegetable broth in there. If you can find low sodium, try to get the low sodium because, you know, too much salt isn't good, right? But, and then, so with my beans, so I did that, and then I also added 2 cups of water, all right? So we have our ion. We're gonna talk about some of these ingredients for this great soup that we are going to be making today. Hello, Jelly, all right? So we have bell pepper, all right? We also have purple onions. We also have shallots. We got some good stuff going here. We have garlic. All right. We have our garlic. We have purple cabbage. We're going to add that as well. Because, you know, this girl loves to cook with color. All right. And then I'll show you guys. Let me turn this. And this is all over here on the counter because I don't really want to pick it up. All right. You guys can see we have Japanese sweet potato, which is nice because, you know, it's a little extra kick as far as the sweet. All right. We also have regular sweet potatoes. Everything is already cut up. I want it pre-done before I pre-cut up before I came on. We have some turnips. These turnips look absolute great. Nice, beautiful, and white. It looks like jicama or jicama, however you say it. So yeah, it looks absolutely amazing. And then we also have spinach, okay? And I'm definitely gonna put more spinach in there, but we have some of that cut up, all right? So then we just have some complete for our seasonings. Onion powder, because I love some onion powder. And I love me some garlic powder, all right? Because this is going to give us more flavor. It's more of a herb, you know what I mean? Instead of salting our stuff. And this is going to be a big pot, so the salt will work out. Don't over salt, okay? It's not good for you, all right? And then we have pepper, black pepper, because we got to put a little pep in our step. And then we also have papaya seeds that every time my papaya is finished, I let the seeds dry out. I put them in a mixer, and then I use them to cook with, okay? Great benefits, all right? And then we also have coconut milk. You can use a fresh coconut, doesn't matter. This is just what I have, all right, for today. And I think we got everything out of the way. We got some vegetable Maggi, and these are 100 milligrams of sodium per one little small cube. So far I did put 3 of these in the pot, all right? So far we have our vegetable broth in there, and we have our Maggi, all right? So first thing we're going to do is, while we're over here, we are going to, as you guys can see, I have the skillet going. I have already added olive oil. All right, so we are going to saute our onions first. All right, so let's turn our eye up. So that was the oven. I also have a little bit of masala magic, which is by Maggi. Just a little bit. I used about 1/4 of a teaspoon. All right. Hello, Ross. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, Franklin. Hello, hello, hello. I see my people coming on in. I see y'all. I see y'all. Thank y'all. Y'all making me smile. Anyway, so we have a little bit of magic masala. We're going to add a little bit of this. Let me get one more thing I forgot to share with you all. Should be in here in the fridge. Let's see. My grandson likes to move. Well, he wouldn't be able to reach this, so he wouldn't have moved this. Let's see if I can find it. I'm looking for... I'm missing one ingredient, y'all. And I don't know where it's at. Hold on. That's weird. There's so much stuff in this refrigerator that it's hard to keep up with what I have. I'm coming, y'all. Hold on. Dang, that's crazy. Okay, well, it's gone. Perhaps my daughter used it, and that's fine. We won't add that. Okay, anyway. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so then I also added some sun-dried tomatoes. About, like I would say out of the little small ones, I wish I would have did that on camera. Little small ones, I probably added like 6, okay? I don't want too much tomato. Thank you for the love on the side. I see y'all. All right, so here's our bean. All right, so let's go ahead and, so as you all already know, we are sauteing our vegetables. Turn this camera just a little bit. Hey y'all. All right, that should be turned enough. All right, so this is optional. You do not have to saute your vegetables, but you know, I like that little burnt or charred look. I should say, like Jean G says, chard. Told me to say chard. I always forget about saying chard. All right. So we got our onions. All right. Then we are going to place our shallots in there. It's going to be a nice flavor. Okay. So shallots. Add like, extra, a little extra to anything that you're cooking. Okay. So we have our shallots in there. We're also going to add our garlic. My shallots, it was one small shallot, okay? Just one small onion. It was about like a big purple onion, like half of that one, okay? Garlic, I have like 4 cloves of garlic, okay? So we're going to add the garlic with the onions and the shallots. And it already smells good in here. And really, you just want to cook to kind of brown it, because when you put it in your soup, it's going to mix nice, all right? And then once that browns just a little more, we are going to add our bell pepper, all right? In the meantime, while that's cooking, in our beans, we have several beans, which you guys already seen, lots and lots and lots of beans. This is, like I said, a great protein pack. Beans have protein, right? Beans are fibrous. Okay, we got sweet potatoes, like we got things that are like anti-inflammatory. We got our greens, we have our spinach. I forgot to pull out the kale. We're going to add a little bit of kale too, because the more greens and beans, good for the belly, All right, so here's pepper. A little pep in our step. All right, that was about a half a teaspoon, all right? And then we're going to put some of our, remember what I said, our grounded papaya seeds. Papaya seeds have great health benefits. Look it up. Don't take my word for it, okay? So we have our papaya seeds. We added quite a bit in there, all right? If you don't have papaya seeds, that's fine. Optional, all right? A little bit of complete, all right? Garlic powder, y'all know I add a lot. I go until the ancestors tell me to stop. You do the same thing, okay? When the ancestors tell you to stop, that's where you stop, okay? Okay, so this is our onion powder, all right? And I was very, very, very gracious with that. Okay, so now that we have that in there, we are going to add our bell peppers because they are looking brown. This gas stove works real good, okay? Let's turn that vent on just a little bit. Let me open the back door 1 second. That way my house has been collecting a bunch of smoke. And it is so, so beautiful here in beautiful sunny California. I mean, it is absolute beautiful. I would show y'all, but I can't show y'all my, house and stuff, the area that I'm in. Absolute gorgeous out there. Okay, so we got that cooking. We're going to add a little more of our olive oil, okay? And I just picked this olive oil up from a local winery that we have out here. Or a olive mill, I guess I should call it. Yeah, the olives are grown there, and then they make the, olive oil there, and you can buy it. They have a plant there. So I've had this a while. I usually just use the big Costco olive oil. As you all know, any olive oil is just fine. This is browning perfectly. So what we're going to do is take our seasonings. I don't think we will really need too much of any more of these seasonings, but we will see, okay? So now that let's just stir our beans. And they're looking nice. Let me show you guys what they look like. Okay, let's undo this. All right, so far this is what our beans are looking like after we added our seasoning. So they've really cooked up nice. Really, I really suggest cook them about 20-25 minutes and then start adding all of your vegetables and things like that, all right? So this is the beans. They smell good. And this is our sauteed goodies, or these are our sauteed goodies. All right, and then I already showed you all of the ingredients. Purple sweet potatoes. This is for people that just may be coming on. Yeah, the purple sweet potatoes, which are the Japanese sweet potatoes. Then we have regular sweet potatoes, and then we have some turnips, and then we have spinach, and we also have cabbage. All right, and then we also have coconut milk. Yeah. All right, so let's put the phone back on here without hanging y'all up. All right. What is for what? Franklin sent girl power. Yes, thank you. Thank you, thank you. All right. So now that we have that that this is pretty much sauteed, we are going to turn it off. Okay, because it looks nice and brown. Sorry. That was Google. Okay, Google, stop. Okay. So this is the nice sauteed look that you're looking for, and this is going to make okay, Google, stop. Okay, so the nice sauteed look you're looking for, it's going to make a fabulous bean soup. And it smells so good. Look at the colors in there already. That red is so bright and pretty. All right, so we're going to add that in there. And then we're just going to add the rest as well. Happy Sunday, everybody. People that are just joining in, happy Sunday fun day. Like, oh, do y'all see my shirt? Doing it for the culture? Uh-huh. Yes. All right, so we added that. Make sure our eye is off. Oh my goodness, y'all, this is gonna be good. Y'all can see I'm kind of it's been a very healthy week for me. So I'm going to continue my healthy week this week. I just didn't go live and show you guys everything. I just showed you some of the things, but it's been a healthy week. And as I've said before, I'm pretty much a healthy eating person. I do like certain stuff, but I've cut down on so many things. All right, so now what we are going to do is put y'all back. All right, so we're going to take our Japanese sweet potatoes and add those in there. You guys can see, yep. All right, so let's add those. And these in like 20 minutes should be enough, okay? Take that out. All right, so we have our Japanese sweet potatoes in there. All right, we have our regular sweet potatoes. We might have too much. I may not even need all of these sweet potatoes because I can always use these when I'm making salads and stuff. All right, and then we have our turnips, and you can see I cut everything pretty big. You don't have to cut it as big. You can always cut it smaller. Tomato, whatever you prefer, of course. Bean soup sounds great. Yes. Does that fill up? Yes, it does. And it is going to be, that's so funny, Philip, that you just brung that up. And since I'm being a little on the healthier side, if you will, I'm not going to make no cornbread today. My daughter may end up making some cornbread. She may end up, because my son's coming over, so she probably will. And I'll probably eat a sliver. I mean, it's not that I can't eat it. Excuse me. It's just more of, trying to just cut down on some of those carbs. That's all. So I'm not going to lie, sit here and say, oh, I'm not going to eat none. I probably will eat a little bit if she make it. But other than that, I'm just going to eat it by itself. Right, cornbread. Somebody did say cornbread. Philip said cornbread. Exactly. So I knew, that's crazy. I'm not kidding you. I said somebody's going to say something about some cornbread. I just knew it. So I'm sure she will. I'm just not going to do it because I like cornbread, okay? And I can kind of go get one piece and then get another, and then the next day I may get another and another, you know, so just trying to limit that. But anyway, enough about that. All right, so we have our, all right, so we're just gonna stir it up, okay? Oh, this looks good. Wow, this looks so good. All right, so now we just got to get these. Ooh, my arm is itching. Whew. Okay, so let's make sure we got all that in there. So as that's cooking, as it gets closer to getting done, we are going to add our spinach and cabbage. And we're just going to put a little bit of our Maggi masala magic. And y'all, you don't, this is just a very, very, very little bit. This is totally optional. You do not have to use this, okay? Do not. I'll tell y'all that right now. I'm just adding that just as a little bit, all right? And then we're going to take our, Gwendolyn said, hi, hello. He said, I love it when I crumble it in the soup. I know, it is so good. It is. I cannot get away from cornbread. I just can't, but it's good when you crumble it in there, or just when you just take a piece and put it in the microwave, or just put the butter on it. Oh Lord. Oh, don't get me started, y'all. You got Sisterlocks or Microlocks? Sisterlocks. Yeah. Itchy for cornbread, man. And I can make some cornbread. I know I can. That's why it's hard for me not to eat it, because I make a real good cornbread. Like, I do. I'm tooting my own horn. All right, and this is our coconut milk. Like I said, if you have a fresh coconut, cut that up. It's just a lot more work. You have to take the coconut, cut it up. You got to shred it, and then, put it in your blender and then drain it. This is just easier way. I see the loves on the side and everything. Thank y'all. Happy Sunday, fun day, everyone. All right, so we have our coconut milk. We're going to add that in there. Okay, so I did a half of can, and we may need a little more, you know. Oh gosh, this is already looking like good. I just got to find the lid and cover it. Let me turn it up some. Oh my goodness. Okay. Hold on one second, you all. I am looking for, I'm looking for a little bit of cilantro. I know I have some in here. Yep. Somewhere. Yep. I got cilantro. And I'm also going to use a little bit, the rest, try to use most of this parsley. So what I'm going to do right now is, this is the kale. She said, I can definitely use this for my knees. My knees are definitely doing a lot better with my collagen. Anything to help inflammation is a plus. Yes, y'all, that's my auntie. Hey, auntie. My auntie's in the building. 316P. Say hey, auntie. Yes, it's an anti-inflammatory soup. Yeah, so, yeah, and it's lots of protein. It's very fibrous. So, you know, when you're going to the bathroom a lot, you are getting out of all of those toxins really much that you have eaten. And that's the whole key. Sometimes, you know, we eat and we don't go to the bathroom till, you know, some people will be a couple days, some it's the next way. I have a friend, she told me she goes to the bathroom every other day. I'm like, shocked. I mean, completely shocked, because that's not proper. You know what I'm saying? For our digestive system, that means she's holding in all those toxins and all that food. So certain foods we eat help get rid of, right? We eat it and the body's gonna, the medicine we feed it, which can be in food, is going to automatically cause your stomach to push it out, to dump it out, right? And I was just shocked. But yeah, so, you know, the sweet potatoes and stuff are going to help. A person's body should be flushing daily. It's straight up, period. Heavy on the period, okay? Even if it's not Some people go 2 or 3 times a day. 2 times a day is great, you know, but at least once a day when you wake up in the morning, and then after you eat, you know, later on that night, you may go, you know, before you get in the shower. So it's very, very, very important to get those toxins out. I'm telling you, I'm shocked. But then I see the stuff she eats, and she says, no, that's not really what I eat. And she does a lot of DoorDash and da 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 da. I'm like, okay. Anyway, this is the kale. Okay, so we're gonna add kale. The reason why we're adding the kale now is because once those potatoes are done, we want the kale kind of cooked in there a little bit, of course, just to kind of soften it up. But we don't want it, you know, too soft, and we don't want to take out all the nutrients that it has in it. Let's turn off this fan. All right, so let's push this kale down in here. Really, the potatoes, like I said, they are pretty big. It might be a little longer than 25 minutes. Let's just try with that coconut. Let's see if we got enough seasoning in there. Cabbage soup with tomato. I remember trying that though. When you eat too much of that, oh man, you be like, you don't ever want that again. But it is a good thing, cabbage with tomatoes. But then too, the tomatoes, you know what I mean? You got to be careful with those, you know, because they can trigger, you know, people's system. Let's see. Mhm. 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 Ooh, with the coconut milk, it gives it that, like, I mean, you can keep it with water or vegetable broth or whatever, you know, just to give you a nice good flavor. You can keep it simple, but you know, if you want a little bit on steroids, the coconut milk, it just gives it that creamy, like, oh, it's just good. It's a creamy, but then it's a sweet. If you don't like coconut, then of course you don't want to do this, right? But like I said, you do not have to use coconut milk. You can use vegetable broth and water, or you don't even have to use vegetable broth. You can use a bouillon cube, any bouillon cube you want. It don't matter. But this is a veggie one. Okay, so you can use this and just add water. It's still going to be just as good. You can keep things basic and have great stuff. All right. Um, Looks like it's going to be delicious, Miss Linda. Hey, girl. Hey. Yes. Philip says, sweet woman in the kitchen. Uh-huh. And then it says, folks are not getting enough fiber. That's, let me see, y'all. So I'll make sure I'm reading y'all stuff right. So folks are not getting enough fiber. Dre the Dream. Exactly. They're just not. Even with me, you know, even myself, I know when I'm not getting enough fiber, or I know some people, you know, let's say this, protein, you can eat a lot of protein and that can block you. You know what I mean? But if you're going to do protein, if you're trying to be more on a healthier kick, you need that protein and you need that fiber, because together they're going to mesh, and that fiber can't do nothing but push it on out. I mean, it's going to push it on out. So yes, folks are not, you know, we have to have this balanced diet. It is hard. It is hard. It's not easy when you're used to eating a certain way, but it's not impossible either. Okay. Hello from New England. Hello, hello. Somebody said, just get it out. I ain't gonna say the word. Everybody can see that in there. But yes, we got to get it out. We can't be holding that stuff in there. All right, let's see, y'all. Don't tell me the lid is way under there. And I really think it is. Let me see. Let me see. I do think so. Let me see if this is my right lid. Oh, yes, it wasn't too far. Yay. I'm like, I'm going to have to call my daughter up here to get it if it's way back there, because right now I can't be doing all that bending way under there. Okay, so now that we got our soup cooking and we have our lid on it, y'all, it's smelling good. It's looking good. All right. Let's cut up some of this parsley. And this is just the rest of the parsley that I have left. If you all haven't seen, I'll take like my parsley and cilantro for the most part. I'm not being lazy. Put some water in a cup, put it in the fridge, and it lasts so much longer. I've had this parsley, I would say, almost 2 weeks, to be honest. To be quite honest, that is like a long time, but usually I'll try to use it up. I'm not a huge parsley fan, but I do like cilantro. All right, so we're just, all right. So that was really it on that. Finally got to use it up. So, and if you are cutting the stems as well, that's okay. You know, there's good nutrients in the stems as well. You know, all that good juice from it, you know. So we have the parsley that we're going to drop in our pot. All right. It's allergy time. My nose is tripping. All right. And then take this cilantro. All right. We're going to drop some fresh cilantro in there. Look up parsley for great benefits. This parsley is good to get rid of toxins. Yeah. So we're going to put us some cilantro in there. All right. Just a little bit. And then even after it's finished, you can always take fresh, put some more, oh, and I'm put it back in there, parsley and cilantro and top it, in which I probably will with what we have left. All right, so we're not going to waste. We're going to take everything that's on here and put all of this in here. I want to thank each and every one of you all that is in this live. I appreciate all of you all. Without you, this is not possible. If you have not hit a likey like, hit that likey like. Okay. And if you have not subscribed and you like what you see, subscribe. Let's see what y'all saying. Let me see. Hold on, let me wipe my hands off. Let me see. let me vibe with y'all. You already removed them, cornbread? Let me see. All right, I did it on my end too, so I didn't even see that. That's why I'll be trying to pay attention when I can. Small incremental changes in the eating can do wonders, and I can attest to that for sure. Greetings from Detroit, Michigan, Odetta. I believe a healthy gut is longevity, life, and death in the gut. Oh my goodness. Can you say that again? I am so serious. There's life and death in the gut. It really is. Yeah, you can either heal your body or you can kill your body. You know what I mean? And what we eat, you know, it's so crazy because definitely we are what we eat. And so if we're putting a lot of junk into it, that's what we're putting in our body. Our body is our machine. It's like a car. If you're not putting gas in your car, the car is not going to start, right? But if you're putting bad gas, what happens? The car doesn't last as long. There's a lot of those, I don't know what they call them in the bottom of the gas tank when it is very bad gas. So we are what we eat. And even with our cars, as far as certain gas, and people say, you know what, it really does not matter the gas you put in your car. To me, it does. And it was, you know what, I'm not going to get into the whole thing, but to me, it matters. I remember, you know, AM, PM, I was an AM, PM girl for gas. That's here in California. Baby, give me the cheapest gas they had. Yeah, and you know, it also was according to my budget. You know, whatever money you have in your account, the way it's set up, that's what you're going to work with. But ever since I purchased a foreign car, or a European car, um, that premium gas, you got to have it. And I have not had any problems with my European cars as far as certain things. I put that good gas and it works out. Okay. All right. So let's see. Franklin. Oh, we gonna ignore him, and he should not be in here. Most likely, he should be gone. Okay. Oh, he's gone now. Okay. Perfect. 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 Is that Sharon? Said hi. I can smell. I don't know what that is, Chris. Okay, yeah, we're not listening to him. Odetta. Okay, I would hear years ago, we are what we eat. Now I really understand that saying since I started taking my health serious. Odetta, yes. Y'all just don't know, like, seriously, from my heart, like, I am a thicker girl, like, southern cornbread fed girl. Because that's what my people are. My grandmother's from Texas. My other grandmother is from Louisiana. So my dad is from Louisiana, right? But born by way of Iowa, so that's the Midwest, but I have so much Southern in me. So I have always been thicker from a little kid, just always had the hips, always had, everything to come, like I've always had it. So what am I trying to say here? I like good food, okay? But even when I'm still eating healthy, I still end up a little thicker. I'm very, very, very solid. But I do know exercise helps too. And exercise for me is important because it helps me kind of keep my weight at kind of where I want it, where I'm comfortable and I like it. But since I had the spine injury and all that, eventually I'll be able to exercise and then, I'll go back to the weight that I desire. Yeah, thank you, Rodney. Thank you. Your cabinets are beautiful. Kitty said, thank you. Eggs, butter, grass-fed beef. He said I didn't say anything bad. I don't know who that is. Okay, anyway, all right, y'all. So we have our parsley and we have our cilantro in there. All right, what else? We already did our coconut milk. Just trying to make sure I'm staying up. Okay, now we're going to add our spinach because our potatoes shouldn't have too much longer, y'all. All right. And I said I was going to cut some more up. I don't think I'm going to cut any more up because I forgot I was going to add kale. But I would say that was about a cut up and a cup for the spinach. That was a good, I would say 2 cups. For the kale, about 1.5 cups. So that's why I said you can always, 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 always add more green. And I am a green girl. Like, I love my greens, all right? And let's just stir it, okay? It smells so good. It smells so good. Let's just stir it up. And this pot is hot, so make sure that we are, wow. All right. And the seasoning to me is perfecto. Like, it's just enough. I keep saying it, don't add all that salt because it defeats the purpose. And even the salt that I added, just a little bit as far as the complete and the bouillons, you can lessen that, okay? Yeah, all right. Now we are going to add our purple cabbage, all right? Look how purple that is. Pretty purple, right? So pretty, yes. All right, all right. Okay, so we have that. All right. And like I said, I'm going to save the rest of those sweet potatoes. And I'll just have those, cook them on top of the stove and make a good packed protein salad or something. And if you guys didn't see the other, there's another video that I did the other day of what I had for dinner, which was a very beautiful, colorful salad. Make sure you check that out. It has sweet potatoes in it. If you have not had sweet potatoes in your salad, it is very nice with beans for the protein. That's another like anti-inflammatory salad. Just, be careful, with some of the dressings or whatever that you pick. But I mean, a little bit is okay. Remember, the key is moderation, right? Right? Which is so hard for a lot of us if we're not used to eating in moderation. But as high as these prices are going up on this food, people may say, hey, I'm going to start eating in moderation. One second, y'all. Let me just throw this in the garbage. Oh, and then we need to stir our cabbage in there. All right. It's messy now. Let's put this Maggie up because we do not need that anymore. And told you I got my door open and airplanes are always going by. All right, so let's take it off so I can show you guys what it looks like. Ooh, that looks pretty. We got some color in there. Let's show y'all. Let's see what is going on here. Get rid of. Okay, let's see who that is. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Okay. Somebody may have already got rid of them. Yeah. Because I don't see them anymore. Yeah. Okay, I think that's the same guy. All right, so let me show you guys. All right. So this is what our soup. Look at the beautiful color. I think it's always, you guys, the color that gets me. Somebody sent me lots of jewels. Thank you very much. So it's always the color for me. We have the red, we have the purple, we have the green, we have orange from the sweet potatoes, we have white from the turnips. Turnips are optional. And then we also have the Japanese sweet potatoes. So it looks so good. Let's see if we can stir it up some more. I'm only using one hand because I'm holding it. And I was saying earlier, let your beans cook probably about 20 minutes and then start adding your ingredients. I kind of got sidetracked and let the beans cook a little longer than what I would normally do, okay? So keep that in mind. So we're just going to let it continue to cook. Look at the green, man. Auntie, as far as your knees, and trying to eat anti-inflammatory foods, good luck. It is not easy, but it's not impossible either. Look at that. Y'all, it smells so good. Can you smell it? Can you smell it? Yes, Miss Carolyn. Lots, which is so crazy. And it's crazy because I use it 99% of the time. I just ignore people. Yeah. But anyway, so this looks so good. Can you all smell it though? Can you smell it? It smells so good. And my clock is wrong because daylight savings time has happened. So I need to reset that. But on my phone, it has 12:59. Hopefully by now everybody has reset their clocks or they will get to it. But yeah, y'all, so this is what we have. Let's put our lid back on. All right, hold on, y'all. We're gonna put our lid back on. And then we're just gonna let the potatoes do what they do. Yep, so we're gonna let this light is so hot. Let our potatoes do what they do, and then our soup will be ready. You can serve this with, like I said, cornbread. That's so hard. Or a good piece of like sourdough bread, Sourdough bread is more better for you than, a regular store-bought sliced bread. So you can just serve it up with that kind of, get it crunch, brown it, put the crunch on it, and just serve it up with that. That will be a nice combination, just so you guys know. Mm. Thank you for the compliment. Thank you kindly. Mhm. Okay, y'all, I had to get that water in. Are y'all drinking y'all's water? That's another thing, to help, remove toxins too, because you're constantly going to the bathroom. And we need to hydrate our skin. As you all know, and if you don't know, I'm sure most of you do know, but the largest organ of the human body is the what? Let's see if somebody can answer that. Let's see. If y'all don't answer, I'm going to tell y'all. What is the largest organ of the body? And I got to give y'all a hint because we got to hydrate it. We got to hydrate it, right? We got to hydrate it. Some people do not drink. And thank you for subscribing. Most of us don't even drink enough water. Good guess, Rodney. Good guess. We're going to see. Uh-oh. Somebody got you now. It is the skin. The largest organ of the body is the skin, okay? So hydrate it, baby. Hydrate it. Hydrate that skin. It really makes a difference. And it helps with, acne and all other kind of stuff. You see people drink a lot of sodas, a lot of juices and stuff. Sometimes their skin is not so good. Now, I just used a different product. I used the shea butter. Well, I ordered a different one, and so it broke my skin out. So I'm letting it dry out, and then I'm going to send that back and go back to the other one when I find it. But other than that, my skin is usually crystal clear. Every now and then I'll put some vitamin E pills on there, cut the vitamin E pill open and put it on there. So hydrate your skin. It matters. It's good for your internal organs. So the outside skin and then your internal organs, okay? You guys had great guesses. You really did. You said the kidneys and the brain. Those are great guesses, but the skin is the largest organ, right? Because our skin is stretched out to what we are as far as our body. So yeah, as we grow, anyway, it's the largest organ. Hydrate it, okay? Make sure you hydrate your skin. It's important, all right? Hydrate, eat right. I know we're not going to be healthy every day. It's very hard. There's some people that are on it. They are like A1, like they are aces at it. I'm not one of them people. I'm about 75% healthy. I can truly say that. All right. So now that this is cooking, let's go ahead and get some of this stuff out the way. And then we are going to put that there. Let's just kind of clean up some of this mess while we are waiting for this to get done, or our bean soup to get done. Our protein-packed, fibrous, anti-inflammatory bean soup to get done. And I want to say it again, turnips are optional. You do not have to do turnips. I was just craving turnips. I don't know why. So when I was at the Indian store, I just grabbed one. The Japanese purple sweet potatoes are optional, but if you find them, at the Asian store, go ahead and add one. It gives it a nice, good, sweet flavor. Them chickpeas, every time they gonna get you, because chickpeas are mad fibrous, and they also give, another, good source of protein, okay? So that's why I mix the beans to make sure that it's very fibrous. It has extra protein. Yeah. All right. And then, one second. I think this is my bag. Oh, no, it's not. Let me get a Ziploc bag for the rest of these sweet potatoes so we can put them in there. Put those up. second. It's going to be a good time around here. We're going to have a good Sunday dinner. Yes, Ross, everybody be respectful in the comments. Thank you for the reminder. Be respectful. Be respectful. Please, it's so important. And black women don't want to be on camera and be y'all gawking. Like, it's so disrespectful. It's like when you are a real queen, um, it's not cool to get like certain comments. Y'all see, I be like covered up and everything because I don't want all the extra and it's disrespectful. And so sometimes you wonder like some of these men that come in the comments and say certain things like, what kind of women are they dealing with? Because if you dealing with a true real queen, it's distasteful to say some of the stuff y'all say in these comments. Like a real woman doesn't want to hear that kind of stuff. Now you could say, give compliments, but you thicker than a Snicker and you thick and look at them thighs and it's just stuff like that. Like, let me tell you something. Let me say it again. Okay? A real queen, a real woman, a queen that sits on the throne that knows her worth and knows her value is distasteful and is disrespectful. So watch how you coming at a real woman, okay? I don't know what kind of woman you used to. It's not me, okay? I'm going to tell you that right now. I say that with love. Now, if you need to move on and go to someone else's page for women that, like to show their bodies or whatever, and they like all those compliments like that, it's not me. If I have my mate and he's complimenting me a certain way, I love that. But other than that, be respectful. Oh, you're beautiful or something, but stop. Right. They mamas or they grandmamas, or they could have simply been raised right. They're just mannish. Yeah. It's like, no, it's a turnoff. Okay? Man, come at a real queen with respect. Like, y'all just don't know, like, every time I go live, not every time, but most of the time, that's one of the things like, oh gosh, I got to deal with that. It's something I dealt with my whole life, to be honest. Really going, oh, she thick. And I don't want to hear that. Like, okay, is that the only thing you could say? Or somebody got their phone out, recording your booty and you turn around. It's like, that is not cool. Like, that's nasty. Stuff like that. Even when I was a kid, I was about, this is different, but I was like 7 or 8, and we used to go, I'm from California, we used to go up to this place called George Sim Community Center. And that's where, you could just get out all day, you go and you have fun. Well, I remember walking, because we always did, and I'm just walking. I remember there was 2 ladies, I'll never forget it. And the 2 ladies was like, it don't make no sense for no little girl to be built like that. I mean, I'll never forget it. Like, I'll never forget it. I'm thinking, they were saying some stuff and stuff she got on. First off, I'm a little kid. First off, kids don't forget. And second off, you can give someone a heavy complex, because I was thinking, gosh, what's wrong with my body? Not to know when I got older and figured things out that, oh my gosh, I have the body, the Coke bottle shape that people talk about. So you got to be careful with some of the things you say, because you don't know people's past traumas and all kind of stuff when you get in here and you say certain things. So y'all better stop it, okay? That's all I'm going to say on that. All right. Okay. Now let's church say amen. It's on every channel now. So glad you speak up about it. Swipe it off and block these trolls. Absolutely. And a lot of times I just act like I don't see it, or I'll go on there and hit remove. But if you guys notice, I don't comment. It doesn't float my boat. It doesn't do nothing for me. It's disrespectful. I know what kind of shape I got. I know what I'm working with. And that's why I come on here most of the time covered up with some type of long dress or something covering up something else. So can't nobody say nothing. All right. That's enough. Let's check on this now, y'all. Let's check on our soup. All right. Let's check on this soup. Anyway, I just had to finally say that. And let's turn it down. Oh my goodness, y'all, this looks so good. And our potatoes, let's see. Let's get a fork to see if we, I'm gonna show y'all though, again, how it's really like cooked down. Let's see. And I do have these potatoes, remember I talked about pretty big. If you cut them smaller, of course, they will cook faster, okay? But I just felt the need to have bigger chunks. I think it just makes a beautiful, hearty looking soup when you can see the chunks of potatoes in there. Ooh, my goodness, this looks so good. Make sure we're stirring it up. Let me see how these potatoes, oh, this one is done. The purple sweet potatoes are done because they are smaller. Let me see if we can get a sweet potato. Oh, yeah, we got that one. That one might be done. And then, let's see. So I would say we have a good 10 minutes, but let me show you guys again. And we're just going to have some on camera because it's good enough to eat. Pretty much everything else is done. Let me show y'all one more again, okay? Just one more again before we put it in the bowl. Look at that. All right. So this is going to be your last look other than when I put it in the bowl. And you see how I put that coconut milk and it was white? Well, it's not white anymore. It mixed in with the water and everything. And it doesn't even look like coconut milk is in there, but it does give that kind of like a little thicker soup. Yeah, I don't like runny soup. I like it thick. All right. So this is it. And we're going to plate it. All right. Let's put y'all back on here. 1 second. Back on here. Show y'all up. All right. Okay, so let's get a bowl. A glass bowl. That way y'all can see it. And let's put our, let's try our, oh, I know this is hot. Hold on, y'all. I know y'all can't see me. I just want to cut this potato a little bit to see how it's cooling down. This is the purple sweet potato, the Japanese sweet potato. So good. Chef's kiss. Oh my goodness. Yes, honey. Yes. Okay. So we got our sweet potato. Rinse my hands off since I wanted to eat the potato out of it. All right. So we're going to serve it up. I'm not going to eat much because it's still early. And, you know, I want to eat with my kids. Oh, yes. I'm just going to put a little bit in this bowl. Well, not a little bit. I'm going to do a lot just so y'all can see what it looks like. Whew. And it's pretty hot. All right, so we have each of the potato. The turnip is still a bit hard, so we're gonna hold off on the turnip. Okay, we're just gonna take a little bit of our parsley, just a little bit, and a little bit of our cilantro. Just a little bit, okay? That's what I was saying. Just save a little bit. I mean, you'll probably have a lot left. All right. So let's put this here because it's hot, y'all. Okay. So a little bit of our parsley. So I can pick it up without it being too hot. I can't. Hold on. All right. So we're going to take a little bit of our parsley, a little bit of our cilantro. Put that on there. Okay. Which looks great. And then, oopsie, 1 second, because baby, this is hot. Do you hear me? Very, very, very hot. I hope y'all make this too. Don't y'all have me on this camera and y'all ain't trying some of this stuff, okay? because it's something you want to make, all right? And I'm going to tell you, you will see a difference. I promise you, in going to the bathroom, unless you just so backed up, it's a shame. And that's going to be bad. But the more you eat it, if you make this pot, you're going to keep going to the bathroom. So it's nutrient packed, lots of nutrient, lots of vitamins. We got vitamin K, we got A, we got C, we got everything in here, baby. We got iron. What I said, we got protein, we got fiber. Lots. Let's eat some more of this sweet potato, this Japanese purple sweet potato from the farmer's market, okay? All right. Yummy. Let's put the lid back on here so we can let our potatoes cook a little more. So good. And we're going to turn it down all the way. Let it cook a little slow. Our kale is perfect in there. Our spinach is perfect in there. And honestly, I may add a little more spinach because I like a lot of green in there. But perfect. It looks great. All right. So now let's do this. We also have a avocado because that's going to set it off. Okay. This is optional as well. Just so you guys know that. All right. Make sure some of this stuff is totally optional. Work with your budget. And probably to get all this, beans are like $1.59, let's just say. And then the sweet potato, if you get a sweet potato, like $2, depending on how big you get it, and all the onions and stuff, I would honestly say you can make this under $20. Okay, under 25. 27, okay, 27 the most. But that can last you for a couple days. It's better than going to a fast food restaurant. You pay $20 at McDonald's now. And that's that one meal, and it's not good for you, okay? So $27 for a good 4-5 days, you're good, okay? Well, depending on, how much you eat. But my kids are going to love this. All right, so y'all make sure that y'all make this. I try to drink 2 gallons a day. Good job. Yes. But water is good, Miss Carolyn. But depends on your body. But careful with drinking too much water because then you start to empty out the electrolytes in your body. So you'll get headaches or you'll be kind of slightly dizzy because you do need your electrolytes, which is, your sodium, potassium, things of that nature. You need that. So I usually stay within a gallon, a little under. Sometimes I'll drink like 4 of these. Honestly, I used to drink like 7. And I kept noticing I was getting headaches and I was getting very lightheaded. So I ended up in the ER. I'm like, something's wrong. I got some type of brain tumor. He was like, ma'am, you don't have that. Anyway, I insisted they gave me a MRI and wasn't nothing wrong. But I found out that I was drinking too much water. So I do like 3, 4 the most. And this is 32. I think it's 32. I think I should know. I've had this for quite some time. Yeah. 32. So if I drink 3, I'm good. I'm way good. 4 is really pushing it. Depends on what I've had going on, Yeah. So anyway, that's enough for me. So be careful. Don't drink too much water. Okay. So we have our avocado. Let's get that little part out so we can take it out. All right. We got our avocado. Remember, avocado is optional. Here in California right now, you can get like 5 for $5 on avocado. So you can get 1 for $1.25 or 1 for $1. Depends on what they got going on. All right. So this is, hold on. I know this is still hot. All right. So this is our soup that looks absolutely amazing. And we're going to put our avocado on top. This is, remember when I said fibrous? That's extra fiber, you guys. Look at this. That's extra fiber. You can take your avocado and cut it up. Now, some people may not be down with the hot soup and the avocado on top. That's okay. Do whatever works for you. But I do suggest adding 1. Once again, it's optional. You do not have to. And I'm going to show you guys what it looks like. As soon as I get some of this mess out the sink, That's why when I'm cooking, it be so messy, and I don't be wanting to show all this mess. Ugh. All right. Get a paper towel again. 1 second. All right. Let me just grab this over here. Oh, I'm sorry. I am thirsty, so let me get some water right quick. And that was almost, it was half full, so I didn't have to put that much. All right, so let's show y'all. All right, so we have it topped. And this is what we have. Let's see if I can, yeah, I can turn this down. Can y'all see that? Tell me that doesn't look good. Right? I'm going to turn it for y'all. So there's that avocado. See how it's sinking? And we have our purple sweet potato. We have sweet potato. And like I said, our turnip was not done. So that looks good. And it smells absolute amazing. Let's get my spoon. All right. And we are going to try it right now. It's hot, but it did cool down a little bit. Let's see what we got going on. All right, y'all. Let's see. Let's see. I know it's not as hot as it was, but it's still hot. Mm. Mm. See that spinach? Let's do this. It's hot. And y'all see, I'm not adding any more seasoning or anything because it's perfect. The bouillon, remember I used 3, the small ones, the Maggi. It was just enough with the little bit of the garlic powder, the onion powder. This is a great soup. Look at that. Nice and hot. That sweet potato on top. You want to make this. Thank you. You said it looks amazing. You want to make this. It's easy. I'm doing it on camera, so it seems like it takes forever. Really, this is a good hour to make this soup, honestly. You know, minus the prepping and stuff, okay? So let's get it cooled down. Cool that sweet potato down because it's hot. Let's take a little bit of our avocado. The avocado is so nice. This is so nice, you guys. It's so nice. Avocado, creaminess from the coconut milk, the spices, the seasonings, the spinach, the kale. Oh my goodness. I just want to bite this sweet potato, but it's so hot I gotta wait. Y'all see that smoke? I want all the smoke. But not in my, I want all the smoke as far as something smoke, but not when it's hot and I can't eat it. Definitely with avocado. Nice, right? This one is going to get you. If you're going to dance, we say, you're going to be dancing like Michael Jackson, right? Larry Haney, right? Is that Larry Haney, right? This will make you do the happy dance. It smells so good. Can y'all smell it? Can you smell it? Can you smell it? So yummy. Look at that. Let's see. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to turn it off right now because the potatoes are done enough to where, I mean, they're not done, but as it sits, the potatoes are going to cook a little more, and I don't want it soggy. I still want it where it's a little hard, and that's how this was. So they may be a little soggier than what I want them once they get done. Look at, I got the bell pepper, we got the spinach, We got the chickpeas. We got the white beans. We got red beans. We got black-eyed peas. We got lentils. Babe, we got like, I would say a good 18 different beans in this soup. That is a bowl of TLC. Yes, baby. Yes. Mm, mm, mm. And I'm going to save some because I want to eat with the kids later. But I didn't eat today. And I should have. I should at least had some type of like protein shake, some type of bean protein shake or something. But I didn't. All right, we're just going to have another little bite. I don't want to be teasing y'all. But we got that sweet potato right there. Got that avocado, a little bit of bell pepper. Remember, and I told you guys that the papaya seeds, the grounded papaya seeds are optional. If you do eat papaya, save your seeds, ground them up in your NutriBullet or your Ninja, whatever it is, and you can eat those. Look up the health benefits for papaya seeds, okay? So it looks like grounded pepper once you do it. Mm, 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 mm. Okay, y'all, for real. That's it. Mm, 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 mm. Okay, let me set it down. So good. Don't forget to top it with a little bit of cilantro, a little bit of parsley. If you don't have parsley or cilantro, y'all gonna hear me say it a lot. It's optional. You don't have to add it, but remember, parsley gets rid of toxins in the body. Okay, cilantro helps as well. But if your budget is low, I understand. Skip it. But it does give you a little extra. Mm. All right. So, y'all, that's it. Our eyes are off. Remember to saute your vegetables if you want to. Other than that, throw it in there. I think, sauteing it, putting a little olive oil adds an extra to it. And that's pretty much it. So, once again, I want to say also to see how I prepared, because some people that just got in may not have heard it, to see how I prepared the beans and what I did before I cooked them. There's a video right before this, and it talks about degassing your beans or soaking them, okay? So make sure you watch that, and you'll see what I did once again before I cooked these beans, okay? So are there any questions before we get out of here? I always try to leave it open for questions. Hopefully everyone's Sunday has been beautiful. If it's not, saying a prayer that things turn around for you. Okay? Always before I go, I say, remember to be good to people. Be a light in someone's darkness. Okay? I don't like that glare. Also, treat others the way you want to be treated. Okay? Treat people the way you want to be treated. It's important. It doesn't hurt to be nice. Okay? You never know what someone's going through. And just remember, if you're not having a good day, don't go messing up someone else's. Like, why would you do that? Just because you're miserable, now you're bringing someone in your misery? Check yourself. As my grandma would say, catch a hold of yourself. Okay? Other than that, thanks for all the love. I see the loves on the side. I see the jewels. I see the likes. Hopefully I'll get more likes. Hopefully people have subscribed. I ain't going to say too much. Cornbread. It's about to be over, and your girl didn't make no cornbread. Philip, sorry. But remember, y'all, get your piece of sourdough bread or something. I will have, I'm sure my daughter makes some. But anyway, Miss Carolyn, thank you for coming on. Elaine, yes, with the avocado. Auntie, thank you for coming on. Who are all these people in here? Dre, the Dream, Ross, Girl Dad, Cooking. Hit that button if you haven't. Yes, thank you for coming on in. I already said my auntie. Biggie came on in. Just so many people just came on in. Rodney came on in. So thank you guys so much. And one word to describe my day: blessed, thankful. Describe my day: it's been beautiful. The weather is here great in California. I'm blessed. I woke up this morning, and to me, that's a blessing in itself. So that's a good question. Thank you, Marcus. One word to describe your day. What's one word to describe your day? Because mine has been good thus far. Amazing. Thank you. And of course, it's not every day where, it's going to be a bed of roses. We're going to be happy, being all happy. We have our down days. We are human. But, just try to have more good days and bad days. Because if you having more bad days, therapy, you got insurance, see your therapist. Other than that, you all have a wonderful day. Thank everyone for coming on. And if you have not subscribed, once again, make sure you subscribe, hit a like. Other than that, you all, I'm going to get out of here. Remember to turn on your notification bell and check me out. Eventually, I will have a set schedule. Right now, I'm just randomly going live to build my channel. Okay? So thank you all. Love from my heart to yours. Bye, guys.